Charlie doesn't like Nootbaar because he does the salt and pepper thing. We talked about that yesterday. I said, just let it go, Charlie. Just let it go.
Well, you agreed with me.
Yeah, I did.
I love Nootbaar, and I just picked him up for my fantasy team, and he's fantastic. I just said with the grinding, sometimes just a little aggressive. I love the energy. I like Kisner does a very subtle grind.
Yeah.
I just think that's cool.
Yeah. It just looks kind of
I love Noot.
The grind looks kind of goofy.
Kiz invented
Noot's
that, by the
killing
way.
it.
You guys know that, right? Kiz invented that.
Well, he said it on the show.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I had it on TV before he said it on the
That's
show.
right.
But he did invent it.
That wasn't a competition there. I know a lot of people in the media world like to always say, I said that first 12 days
Well, you
ago.
corrected me. You corrected me. You
Well, he said it on the show.
I forgot. Maybe I wasn't here.
Hold on, I went to the local baseball media, and they actually disagreed with you, Charlie.
But the thing about Nootbaar, which is great, I don't have the stat at my fingertips, but he gets a ton of walks. But he also has power. If you're a leadoff guy, it's a real balance between working counts and making the pitcher work, and also when he does make a mistake over the zone, making him pay. That's a hard thing to do, and Noot has found that balance. And there's a guy, I mean, who was really, really struggling early on in the season, turned it all the way around, and he's been a difference maker. You know, with the Cardinals, you're going to get Nolan and you're going to get Goldie, right? But for them to be consistently good, you got to have other guys in the lineup. You can't just have those two.
Yeah.
They've been through that, and suddenly you're losing, 7-5.
Yeah.
You got to have other guys. And when you have Noot, for a while it was DeYoung, now he's gone ice cold. Now Dickerson. If you have a couple other guys with those two, you're going to win a lot of
What
games.
about Dickerson, eh?
It's unbelievable.
10 for 10?
10 for 10 at one stretch. Pretty good.
Good for him.
He was hitting, last I looked, he was hitting 430 since the All-Star break. I mean, crazy.
Damn.
Lars Nootbaar in July and August. So we're talking 41 games. OPS over 1,000. Over 1,000. That's so essentially for 2 months he's been Goldie. He's been what Goldie has been for the whole season for the last 2 months.
Damn.
And defensively, like, he's uber aggressive, and I like that. There's a couple times you see him sprawling with the ball going by him to the wall, but for the most part, he gets there, or at least knocks it down. I love his defense.
How's our boy Tyler O'Neill doing?
Not that great. Kind of.
So he's just in another slump?
Yeah,
Is he banged up?
He's been hurt a couple of times. Like, he got first, what was it? I can't remember what he had.
The hamstring?
Hamstring, and then he got hit by a pitch, and that set him back. But he's been good. He gets once he gets on track, then he gets hurt again, and he hasn't gotten on track again. He's a key, because if he's anywhere close to where he was last year, there's no pitch into this lineup. Hopefully he'll get there.
What's more likely, Albert 7-hundo or Goldie Triple Crown?
It's a good question.
I'm going to say Goldie Triple Crown.
Oh.
What's he, just a couple homers behind Schwarber?
Yeah. Wow. God, there's a lot of excitement, man.
Goldie
Lot of
leads
things
the league
going
in
on.
everything.
I know.
He leads the league in almost every category.
He's unreal.
You almost never see, like, a bad day. You'll see him strike out every once in a while, right? But, like, I think it was 1 for 6. You don't see that. Even when he's quiet, like, you look back and you go, oh, he had 2 hits, which is a good day for most people. He's that good. And he's really simple with the way he explains it, about just trying to square up the ball as best he can. And he's done a lot of smiling lately.
Yeah.
Here we go.
got, Charlie?
Goldie leads the league in RBI, 105, batting average, 339, OBP, 420, slug, 637, OPS, 1,057, OPS plus 200. He's literally double the average baseball player. He also leads the league in total bases.
Oh, and he's also the best defensive first baseman in baseball.
Oh, Lord. Scooping those plays up.
I mean, that stretch that he made.
I know.
He didn't think he had it, so he double checked. But he scoops everything. Everything. He also knows where to go, which base. A lot of first basemen don't. He has a good arm. I mean, he does everything. And we talked about his defense. He said he's always been like, if I go 0 for at the plate, I want to do other things to help the team win. And you do that with your defense.
Anytime there's a chopper to third, I'm like, oh, let's see it, baby. I love it.
So that play that Arenado made, where it was a high chopper, grabbed the ball, fired it, and then Goldie scoops. I don't think Goldie got enough credit for the scoop. I think that was almost better than the play that Arenado made, which was great, because you think about it, like he's like right on top of him, and he fires a ball. How do you scoop that?
He's good.
Goldie saved Edman. Was it yesterday after Edman kind of airmailed one?
Yeah.
Then he came back, made a great diving play to knock that scorcher down at third base. He pops up, kind of throws a little up the first base line, but Goldie made that stop. Oh, yeah.
That's what I was talking about.
Stretch.
Stretched. I mean, that was full stretch.
And even like Ali Marmol just getting fired up, sticking up for his. It's got a lot of cool things going on this ball club. But I feel like we've been playing Chicago for the past 8 years. Be nice to see some other kind of team.
So
God,
the thing that got Ali fired up was the smirk on CB Buckner's face, and then CB mentioned his lack of time as a manager, and then Ali fired back, and then even with the Arenado, like Arenado, he gets fired up on things, right? But it's not often, and usually when he does, it's because he knows he's right. Mm-hmm. And the umpire Libka had like a big smile on his face, which exacerbates.
I didn't really see the smile though.
I did.
You did.
Jimmy saw it.
I'm not excusing, because even after the game, Arenado said, look, I get emotional when I know I'm right, and I know I was right there, but I shouldn't have, gotten caught up in it. So he wasn't trying to excuse it. But that big smile on an umpire's face, like, I get it. Every once in a while you got to stand up for yourself. But don't exacerbate it. Turn and walk away.
I want to see if I can see that.
To me, he's hearing Arenado at first, and he sort of goes like his facial expression just sort of changes, but I don't know if it's an intentional smirk. And I mean, we've seen some umpires do some pretty bastardly things, whether it's the guy who was groping Madison Bumgarner's hands. Remember when that thing was happening?
Weirdo.
So we've seen some weird things. I got to tell you, in that instance, I just didn't see any sort of intent to try to stir something up. But
see, that tells me that you can look at an issue fairly.
Let's see.
And then later we're going to talk student loans.
Let's see. What do you think, Seth? If you look watching around, is he smiling? Is he smirking at our boy Arenado? Because if he is, I'm getting pissed too.
It's kind of like a grin.
Well, I don't like grins.
Did you see it?
A smile is a grin.
Smile is a grin. Thank you. Let's.
A little bit.
I don't know. Now, what old boy said to Ollie, though, I'd be pissed if I was Ollie. Like, don't you look down on me, umpire. Don't do that. I worked my ass off to get here. I'm in charge of this ball club. Don't look down upon me. I'll smack you in your face.
Ollie, don't take it.
God, I would be pissed at that, though. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Look, I don't. If I'm right by the dugout, I'm not going to tell tales. But this is what Ollie says. Let's go! Like, that's what he'll yell at an umpire. Like, that's a terrible call. Let's go! Like,
get going. Figure it out.
That's the kind of thing Ollie
Jesus.
Let's go!
Well, there's an article in the paper, Binfred. Is it time for MLB to make a move to an automatic strike zone? Umpires offering too many reminders of why change is needed. What do you think?
I don't like it.
Okay.
But
You're old school.
I'm an old. Like, I don't like the DH, but it's provided some great moments.
Yes, it has.
So I understand what it's about, and I understand that change happens, even though if you're an old, you're probably against any sort of change. I just think if you don't have an umpire back there, it makes it too antiseptic. It's a human game played by humans. I kind of like... I like an argument between the manager and the umpire.
Oh, I like that.
I like all that.
Yeah, I do too.
You would have a human, though. The human would be relaying the striker ball.
Yeah, but they're not.
What a cool job that is.
They're not doing it.
Still got out safe at the plate.
Okay. You still got it, yeah. All right.
I do like the arguing, though, so.
Me too.
I
kinda
like,
stinks.
if you go back to when Montgomery threw the complete game, to me, that's where a pitcher took control of the strike zone. So he was getting calls on the outside corner because he was setting hitters up, right-handed hitters with that fastball inside that he was getting swings and misses on. And so he got that strike zone to expand just a touch. And you saw some of the art of Molina's ability to frame a pitch on that outside corner. So that is the game.
I agree.
That's what makes the game amazing. That's what made Montgomery so much fun to watch, because that's the art of pitching. Good pitchers can adapt to a strike zone within the game, and actually they can manipulate it if they use it in their favor.
That's a good point. And
great point, Nick.
And the way Yachty does it, like, if you jerk the ball into the strike zone, you're never going to get that call. Yadi's so smooth and gradual that's how you steal a strike.
Well, it's nice to have him back, Jimmy. You need Yachty back. You need him around. You could just tell the
He
difference.
said it was a tough decision.
We love Kiz, but you know the difference between Yachty back there.
Tough
you
call.
can see it.
He said it was a tough decision to have to go be with us, but as the owner, he felt obligated to do.
Well,
and he does have a cool hat. Vaqueros is the name of his team, playoffs.
See,
and I said, is that online? Because I would love to buy one of those and wear it. I couldn't find it online anywhere.
Did you know this?
what?
Random fact.
What?
Did you know that the term buckaroos is based on the mispronunciation of the word vaqueros? Did you know that?
What?
Vaqueros is the Spanish word for, I believe, cowboys.
Yeah, that's the name of his team.
Correct. Because a bunch of the settlers back in the day, they heard the Spanish-speaking folks saying vaqueros. They go, is that buckaroos?
That's buckaroo.
That is where the term buckaroos came from.
If that's true, that is
Wait.
great knowledge.
Why do you think that's not true? Look it up.
No, I believe you.
Well, you have a computer right in front of you. Why would I make that up?
I'm not saying you made it up.
Well, how would you say if that's true?
I thought maybe Alex Jones said it and you took it as fact.
That wouldn't be me. You can vet this one.
If you notice, I'm firing both sides.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
He's
good.
back.
Oh, you're good.
He's good. Oh,
Rehashing news from 5 days ago. I love it.
He's been
Wait,
gone for a
what's
while.
news from 5 days ago?
Well, you kind of recap the
Buckaroos?
entire Cardinals trip and what happened on Tuesday and all that. It's all good.
Buckaroo
All right, what do you
comes
got
from a
that's-
corruption of the Spanish word vaquero.
Boom!
Essentially means cowboy.
I mean, do you really think I would make that up?
No.
I believed you.
I thought it could be misinformation.
I don't
buckaroo.
do that. I actually look things up. I look up facts.
Oh, that's directed toward a couple people. I
No,
think.
it's directed towards how I go
I'm-
about my life.
Seth, can
That
I
is
ask you a
true.
question?
Yes, sir.
Do you feel that I was inappropriate in recapping the Cardinal road trip as Charlie just alleged?
No, I guess.
Okay, just checking.
Hey,
That's just not confident in his answer.
it was a good recap. Like I said,
recap.
we haven't seen you in a while.
Jimmy the
He's a good
recap.
Jimmy the recap guy.
Hey!
Hey, oh.
I got a question about Dakota. So, like yesterday, I thought he was kind of pitching for his life in terms of staying in the rotation, at least for the short
Ali
term.
said it.
Yeah.
Ali said it pregame. He basically said he's been in this mode for a while. It's no secret. He has to pitch well to stay there. Almost an exact quote.
And I thought he looked pretty good. I just don't know, how does he bottle that up and continue it? It seems like we've seen different points this year where he's been really good, but then he falls right back into the trap.
But is it a moot point? I was thinking about this. So he pitched well. If you're asking me, did he pitch well enough to stay in the rotation? Absolutely. He did a little differently, attacked left-handers differently, much more efficient with his pitches. He did what they asked him to do. Got around some trouble, didn't unravel, right? So he pitched well. Okay, but then you have Jake Woodford pitch well. Is he a guy you could factor in? But Jack Flaherty's coming back. I think his next rehab with Memphis is today. And what if he goes, throws 80 pitches and throws shutout ball at AAA? Doesn't he come back and go in the rotation?
Yeah, I see a lot of benefit for Flaherty out of the bullpen, personally. Only because I see a huge need there, and you don't have to go back that far, 2006, when Adam Wainwright was closing out games, and that led to a world championship. I think Flaherty could be a very pivotal weapon out of the bullpen.
My guess is if you have Jack Flaherty and you feel he's healthy
Yeah.
and you feel he's ready to start, you put him in the rotation. You don't mess around. That would be my guess.
Guys, how much fun would it be to have an ump and manager mic'd up during arguments? It would make much more fun to actually hear what they are shouting. MLB would just have to have the arguments on a slight delay. Translucent powdered donut. Dude, it'd be awesome. And actually, if you go on YouTube, you could look up some of these old arguments, these managers and these umps fighting, and they are mic'd up.
Earl Weaver.
Earl Weaver, God, is he hilarious. We got to look that up and find it. I don't know if it's edited, but it's so funny. Little Earl Weaver going out there, and the ump is just giving it back to him. Like, you haven't won anything either. You've lost more than you won. And they go back. Oh, it's so damn funny.
That's the best part.
Weaver and Billy Martin, two of the best at that. But I think it'd be funnier to take one of our Hot Take Central arguments and dub in the audio between the manager and the umpire going back and forth.
Here's the problem.
We had one the other day.
MLB doesn't want that. MLB blew a gasket when John Boy was lip reading those discussions. It was the whole Aaron Boone thing.
Yeah.
Remember when Aaron Boone was yelling? They were beating on the dugout,
Yeah,
hitting
he
with
was
the
hitting
bat.
his bat. Yep.
Aaron Boone was yelling everything. John Boy breaks it down, did all the lip reading, put all of those curse words in there. It was hilarious. And Joe Torre and MLB hated that. And that's one of the reasons that they actually scoop up all John Boy's money off YouTube.
Yeah.
Because he's using their content. Where I think it's actually more beneficial for MLB if they allow folks to use their content because it helps grow the game.
You got a clip there?
But
Anything?
he's rich, though.
They're all
Isn't he, John
center,
Boy? Didn't he
they're
get
all-
rich?
Oh, of course. But also
Not
John
censored.
Boy's content is sponsored. So
that's where he gets
doesn't need as much YouTube revenue if you have sponsors on your content.
Sharon chimes in, goes, I would pay big bucks for an uncensored way to watch games and hear all the chirps, baseball and hockey. Sharon, hey, why don't you just come to fantasy camp, Sharon, and sit behind a bench and listen to us chirp each other? I'm telling you, you'll be entertained for a long time. And look, you know, if you're micing everybody up, like, things are going to be said out there. You know, it might offend some people, I would say. So I don't know if that'd be good for the organization.
I like it.
I love it. Don't get me wrong.
That's why people like Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
They want to hear the cursing.
Watch your profanity.
Aaron Donald trying to kill people with his helmet. What an idiot. I like him too, man. I think he's. Well, you don't do that stupid thing. You crushing a guy with your helmet. Punch him in the face then. You're going to hit him with a deadly weapon? Really? You hit him with a hammer.
It is stupid.
Jesus Christ.
It is
Settle
stupid, but
down.
I guess heat of the moment, you're in a brawl.
So you hit him with your you bash his brains with a
go
helmet?
medieval.
Come on. That's stupid. Punch him.
Like if he had throwing stars, would he have been throwing the throwing stars?
Were you going to shoot him? Like what? Good Lord. That's great mic'd up argument with your boy Syndergaard. Cray Langford. Remember when Syndergaard do that pitch and he gets booted, and then their manager, I forgot who it was, comes out and just, oh, there it is. Oh, no, that's not it, Seth. It's something else. Something else. Mitchie chimes in, Kat, have you talked to your boy Goldilocks? Does he have any idea why the Yankees made the worst trade of the year when they acquired him? Mitchie boy. He misses you, by the way.
Well, they just threw one of their starters on the IL, and Montas has, I think, an ERA of, 9 since going to the Yankees. They did. I'm telling you, everyone's like, how did they make that trade? They felt like they were getting their future center fielder in Harrison Bader. It wasn't like, because I've heard speculation, well, the Yankees must have had a deal went awry, and they wanted to do a deal, and they couldn't get what they wanted. Someone I know that covers the Yankees said, no, they really think that Hicks in center field isn't getting it done. He's not good offensively, and he's digressed defensively. They think he's the guy that's going to hold it down for them. That's why they parted with Montgomery.
I agree with that, but it's a really bad trade for this season.
No question.
I mean, I
No
don't
doubt.
think even we had these conversations in St. Louis. Once Harrison Bader clearly was compromised, his defense was not even close to, it wasn't even average. And this is coming from a Gold Glove center fielder. So he's clearly compromised physically. Then he tries to come back, has a setback. When you have that plantar fasciitis, he's not going to be the same this year. Now, he might be a Gold Glover for the Yankees next year, and then they re-sign him, and it ends up being a nice deal for them. But I don't understand at all how this helps the New York Yankees win a World Series in 2022 when they have a really good chance to do that.
Because you never have enough starting pitching. You never have enough.
Are those all uncensored, Sethy boy? Like some of these arguments with the managers and stuff? If you find one that's kind of bleeped out, I kind of want to play it because it's very interesting.
I think
Gets the
the one with
bodies riled up.
Syndergaard's okay.
Yeah, play that mug real quick. Love Syndergaard.
Let me run through it.
All right,
just
run
like-
through it. You know.
The Earl Weaver one, probably you'd have to bleep out almost every other word.
It's so funny.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It is so damn funny.
The best part of that, and this is the part we could probably get, is when the umpire cracks back,
Yeah.
you've lost more than you've won
Yes.
in terms of World Series.
Yep.
Earl Weaver goes, no, I haven't. I'm talking about games.
yeah.
So, like, you know that this man is insecure about something when he actually knows, even though whatever it was, let's say he went to 6 World Series and he only won 2, but he knew that he actually won more World Series games than he lost, which no one would care about because no one really cares if you lose the World Series in 7 if you lose it. It's about did you win or lose.
No. I got more games.
No, I've won more games.
He's great.
No one cares about that.
And my guess is that the umpires all knew that, hey, if he gets in your face, throw this
Throw the
at
bomb
him.
at him.
It'll
Yep.
kill him.
But he wasn't ignorant about it. Like, it's just funny. Can you play that one right there?
No.
Okay. Who's the general manager for the Mets there?
Terry Collins.
Terry Collins throws out a bomb right off the bat, doesn't he? Because the ump was mic'd on that one, and he played it so cool. He calmed down everybody. It was awesome.
Was that the ass in the jackpot one?
Yeah.
Yes, that's
such a good
fantastic.
one.
That's one of the greatest.
Talk to me, Terry. Talk to me.
Now I got my ass in the jackpot.
Yeah. Talk to me. Settle down. I know. This is what we have to do. And he calmed everything. Who was the umpire there? Because he needs to get a little shout out. Loved him. Great dude. Tried to calm everything down. I like refs that are like that. I like lineys that are like that you could talk to. There's some refs, man, didn't even look at you. And you're just like, oh, okay. But, like, just respect. Like, respect everybody. You're not that cool. You're still a ref. No
in a
offense
way,
to
they're like prison guards. The prison guard can sort of diffuse things by relating to people.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Once Flaherty returns, what's the collective percentage among you all at Hot Take Central that he's effective to help this team continue to win? I'll start with you, Nate. What do you think? Are you not listening?
I'm sorry, I was trying to see if the Terry Collins, if I could edit it. But
you get zoned into that, don't you?
There's a lot of F-bombs.
I know.
If there were a couple, I could do it pretty quickly.
No,
but.
don't worry about it. You got to look on YouTube and enjoy that yourself.
What were you asking?
Here, I'll read it again. Once Flaherty returns, what's the collective percentage among all you at Hot Take Central that he's effective to help this team continue to win? Sir Nathaniel, what do you think? What percentage?
I just think that he's more viable out of the bullpen at this point. I see a huge need for a power arm in the bullpen that you can believe can get even 6 outs of a postseason game.
Yeah.
But
I disagree with that take, but I will say in terms, I think if you have Jack healthy, if he's healthy, I don't know. But I mean, if he's back, you want him as a starter. I understand what you're saying. I just disagree with it. And then whether or not I believe he'll be effective, to be honest, I saw a few clips of him pitching at AA.
I don't know.
I can't assess that.
Exactly.
You know, he's going today, so that would be 4. Last time he came back after, 3, because he wanted to come back and it went off the tracks. It's hard to handicap that, so I'm going to say I really don't know. I hope he's okay.
Here's the beauty of this question. This man will most likely get around 6 big league starts to show us what he has before we have to make that decision. You have a quarter of the season left. Another Cardinal starting pitcher could suck or could get hurt. And right now, if you're I know Dakota Hudson was good yesterday, but if you're telling me playoff game, healthy Jack, healthy Dakota, that's not a tough call for me. That's Jack.
Cat, love the chirps to BT about his green seats and his sweet life. Keep them coming. Hilarious. Also, sorry for such a hard time yesterday, Charlie. Happy Friday, boys. Sharon Glencoe. She was all over you. About your music, about a bunch of stuff.
She was a little, I don't want to say this, but I love Sharon.
She was working out.
Yeah.
She's all pumped up. She was emotional.
Well, she said I wasn't an athlete. I took offense to that.
I don't know if it is between
That's right.
Dakota and Jack, though.
You weren't an athlete.
I think it would be between Quintana and Flaherty. I mean, you've never had a postseason where you have 5 starters. So you would go Wainwright, Michaelis, Montgomery, and Quintana. Like right now, if Flaherty's healthy, I hate to say it, but I don't even know where his postseason spot is.
Bullpen.
Yeah?
The bullpen.
But
the off days, though, of this year's playoffs, I think you'll have to use all 5. And the other thing is there's going to be a start, I promise you. There's going to be a start. Now, maybe not in this wild card series, but if you get into a DS, there's going to be a start where your starter goes 2 innings. Like, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to get rocked early. They're going to go 2 1/3. And all of a sudden, you're going to need a new starter. The bullpen's going to be just worn down. Or someone like a Jack, if they are coming out of the pen, maybe that's when a Jack throws 5 innings out of the bullpen.
And they already have guys that I'd feel comfortable. Like Woodford, to me, when he has gotten opportunities, he's been good. He just pitched, 5 1/3, gave up 1 run. Went deeper, I think anyone thought he would go. And then Palante can give you multiple innings. They have guys for that. I'm not saying that they would take someone else's place, but I think right now they're in a pretty good position. I will say that Cabrera not pitching really well, even though, as Ali pointed out, his numbers weren't great the other day, but it was soft contact. I would rather see the Cabrera throwing 98 miles an hour than the one we're seeing now that's throwing 95, 96.
Gino, learn how to goddamn type. Seriously, man, I'm gonna read it the way how you typed it. Is players can live with bad calls. Is they just want consistency. If it's a strike in the first, it should be a strike in the sixth. Is they been very inconsistent this year? See what I mean, Gino?
No, I thought that was pretty good.
The hell are you talking about?
I thought that was pretty good.
God mighty. Pull over. Why would you use more than 3 starters in the playoffs? Question mark.
Well, again,
I didn't say it. He did.
I think this year's playoff format, it's one of those weird things where you have to kind of look at it every day to remember what the format is. It's a brand new format. So people, I think, we're all understanding even how do you get the bye? How do you get the home field? The Cardinals are most likely going to have home field for a 3-game wild card series where you have, the season ends on a Wednesday, the wild card starts on a Friday. So you can line your rotation up pretty well for a 3-game series. Then if you get into a DS and a CS, you're talking 7-game CS, you're talking 7-game World Series, not typical off days because the whole season has been truncated because of the lockout. So I think in previous years you probably could get through with 3 to 4 starters. I think this year you're going to have at least 4, if not 5 starters to win a World Series.
Probably right. I mean, people don't understand that, too. Like the Cardinals could win the Central, and they're still, in essence, a wild card team.
Yes.
But if you look at how the rest of the schedule lays out, there are times where there is no travel day in between.
Yeah.
Teams will play, and then they'll go to the next city the next day. There are no travel days or no built-in off days for some of these series.
Jobu goes, go ahead, Charlie.
Well, I was just going to say, the beauty of this is, I don't think we should depend on Jack Flaherty at all. But if he goes out there and makes 5 to 6 starts and is really, really good, I mean, look at his postseason numbers. I know Waino's been great. Michaelis has been great. Quintana, Montgomery. From a stuff standpoint, if you said who of those guys can give you a game where they strike out 11 and shove in the playoffs, to me it's still Jack Flaherty over all those guys who are really, really good.
I agree with that. But I mean, if he's healthy, which I understand that's your point.
And we'll have 40 games. We'll have the next 35 games to assess if he's healthy and right.
And Nate would agree with us, except that he doesn't like his political views, so now he says shove him in the bullpen.
Okay, can I correct both
play
you guys?
to win the game.
I don't want the bullpen talk anymore, and Jobu agrees with me on that. Can we stop calling it the bullpen? It's the arm barn now, you insensitive asshats.
Thank
and
you.
I kind of agree with him on that.
Thank you.
So did they really change that?
No.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me.
Who changed it?
I don't know.
Well, PETA did complain.
Oh, Peter, because of the Bulls. Yep. Don't mind the running of the Bulls and how they torture them over there and stuff, but the bullpen.
I'm guessing that also bothers them.
You think so?
I just want
them to bitch about that.
I'm not a big PETA guy.
I mean, they're still doing it.
I would guess that bothers them.
They're still doing it.
They want to call it Reliever Ranch.
That's
That's
what
what
I
they
like-
want to call
I
it,
like that.
Reliever Ranch.
Gino, seriously, making us Italians look bad. Just kidding. The Mafia already took care of that. Gio and I think I called him Gio, but that was Gino that doesn't know how to type.
But hold on a second.
Gino.
To be fair,
Yeah.
when you're talking about mob movies, it kind of makes Italians look cool. I'm not saying everything they did was right,
Sopranos did.
but I think the Mafia has kind of a cool
Vibe. Do it.
reputation.
I got news for you.
What up?
It's not just the movies. There has been a fascination in this country with organized crime forever.
Yeah.
And initially my guess was because it seemed like, well, they're just killing each other. And then it spread out and they got involved in drugs and everything, and then they became a scourge to everybody. And then they would strong-arm mom and pop, grocery stores and stuff.
Yeah.
But there is this sort of fantasy about organized crime beyond the movies. I don't know why that is.
And not just
but
that.
I agree. I mean, is there anyone cooler than Michael Corleone?
Not really. And he's cool as hell, or his daddy. But what was I going to say? Damn.
Let me tell you something.
Sonny was a bad Don. Sonny was a bad
He was a
Don.
bad one. But they're also obsessed with murderers and stuff, too,
Yeah, serial killers.
Yeah, like Charles Manson had 15 girlfriends,
But is he cool?
Hell no.
I understand that that's an interesting story.
Yeah.
When Frank Cusimano walks in here with his fine Italian
Yes.
clothing, he kind of thinks he's a mob boss. And
he looks like a
does
Don.
it in a cool way. He kind of thinks he's an old school,
know.
what would you call it, a capo?
Yeah. And that's why I usually don't wear shorts, because Dons don't wear shorts, But I did today. I'm on a Don today, Jimmy. It's Friday. I'm only on the weekends.
You think Frank would ever get, like, fired up like my friend Perry Marino's dad did that time in the yard? Do you think Frank would ever go, come on,
Oh, yeah.
come on?
Oh, yeah.
I
Frank don't
think
mess
he did
around.
that during the slop one.
I think he did that to Charlie Tuna.
Love you, Frank.
Love
Frank,
you. Hey, yo.
Frank listens.
Hey, yo. I know he does.
He'll be texting in. He listens to the show.
Sounds like Yepes is headed back to the Cardinals today, Mr. the Cat. Is that because Dickerson is hurt?
I don't know. We'll find out. Yepes, look, at some point Yepes was coming back. They just didn't have room for him. And it's almost like, hey, who's this Yepes guy? I mean, he performed very well for him in the early going. I think he's got, 11 homers on the season. Good for a young guy. They could use his bat.
Jeff and
But Dickerson was 10 for 10.
10 for 10. That's unbelievable.
Dickerson had raised his post All-Star average to 430 or something insane.
Crushing it.
And he was scorching everything. He was getting around on inside pitches, sending it the other way. He was doing everything.
Hardest hit ball this year. Who was it? What team? Go. Hardest hit ball. Who was it? A monster. Young kid.
Monster young kid. Jordan
Crush it.
Alvarez?
Who?
Jordan Alvarez?
No.
Monster young kid.
Monster young kid. Crushes the ball. Unbelievable athlete. Plays shortstop.
Oh, the kid from the,
Oh,
the Pirates.
I just see this
O'Neal Cruz?
anticlimactic. Yeah, he did. I don't know what that means. Like you hit the ball harder than anybody else has in recorded history.
Exit velo.
Yeah, exit
That's
velo,
what it means.
yeah.
Did anybody see that ball that Olsen hit into the
No.
river in Pittsburgh yesterday?
Let's see it.
It was a bomb. That's a way back there, isn't it? To get to the river at PNC?
Dang, dude.
Did you pitch in high school at all, Charlie?
I did not.
I wonder how demoralizing that is to be a pitcher, and then someone like hits one into another state.
When they don't even look back.
Like, if you're a tough guy, you just move on to the next thing. You're like, all right, he got that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to take care of you. But I think if you give up a couple like that, that's got to be a little demoralizing.
All right, so I'm not going to mention his name. He listens. Very good friend of mine. From St. Louis, played at Bradley, pitcher. I was actually, once I was done not being a player because I wasn't good, I broadcast the game. So I was actually broadcasting this game as a junior or senior.
Oh.
This kid from, I think, Illinois State, hit a ball. It had to have been, this is metal bats, had to have been 500 feet. I've never in my life seen a ball hit like this. So we love this guy. We rip on him all the time. We bring this up all the time. This was 20 years ago. He said like his dad and him were driving through Peoria once. They crossed, the Illinois River. He goes, hey, did you see that? That's the ball the guy hit off you. That's what his dad said. And here's what's really funny. The only reason I bring it up is how Facebook puts those friends, like mutual friends. Randomly this week, Facebook put the kid, who's now 40-something, that hit the bomb because they had 5 mutual friends. It's like, this is your suggested friend, the dude that hit the 500-foot bomb off you 20 years ago. So he sent it to our text, which is pretty funny.
I like
That's
that.
awesome. Because I do wonder about that. And then the other thing I think is kabuki theater. There's a lot of things we do in society now that we do it just to prove that we're good human beings.
Oh, really?
But like your pitcher just gave up a 500-foot homer, and you have to jog toward the wall like you think you have a chance for it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, another quick story. This was a JUCO story. Another kid hits a bomb, and this kid played pro ball. I bet you it was 470 feet off one of our best pitchers to right center. This dude's a lefty. I mean, this ball, everybody on our team was like, oh my God, I can't believe the dude hit it that far. Next time out, our pitcher strikes him out. So we're giving him crap afterwards. He's, I got him, so we're even. I was like, no, you're not even. You're not even.
No.
Yes, you struck him out. That's fine. He hit a ball 500 feet off you.
Yeah.
You're not. I'm sorry, you're not even.
You got to strike him out like 15
You have
more
to strike
times.
him out the next 9 times
I
to
know.
make up for that.
Embarrass him. Like, put him in a drought.
Yes, he has to fall down swinging.
Exactly. Fall out of his shoes. Swing out of his shoes. I get you on that. Let's see here. Speaking of Bader, the better Montgomery pitches, how much pressure does that put on him in his hometown to live up to his trade? In the words of Chris Duncan, does he get the tight cheeks? Yeah, it's tough for Bader right now. Like, I don't feel sorry for him, but over there, like, that's all they're talking about. He's just sitting. He's not playing. He's probably doing like events and has to say hey to the fans. They don't know him yet. They've never seen him play yet. It's a tough, weird spot when you're still that young. So
I think if he goes out and plays people will forget about Montgomery, as no matter how
Yeah.
good he is.
Yeah, they will.
And he's great for us. It's a great trade. I mean, better and give Yachty and give Mike Maddox credit for what they've done with Montgomery, because they did help him. I mean, he's much more aggressive with his fastball, as Charlie points out, particularly, or Nate pointed out, particularly with the inside fastball. I think it was Nate. They kind of took what he does, which is good, and made it better. And hopefully that continues. You never know, when the next outing is around the corner. It could be a rough one, but he's been really, really good.
I wouldn't feel too bad for Bader. He's making 4.7.
I know.
That doesn't go
I
that
didn't
far
say
in New
felt-
York.
It doesn't- exactly.
that's
You're in a
Well, he'll get another 4.7 next year too.
you're in a 2-bedroom apartment still.
He's
That
not.
one. No. He was in a nice place before he made money. Jordan,
What do you think a 2-bedroom, a nice 2-bedroom in
$4
Manhattan
grand?
goes for?
$4 or $5 grand a month.
Pretty good.
4 or 5 grand a month.
Yeah.
Where you have to take the damn bed and put it down and put it back up. So
No,
you have
I've
more
seen
room.
it.
Oh yeah.
I had
4 or
friends who
5
lived in
grand a month.
Manhattan. Yeah, they would live in this
With
big
no
apartment
car.
where they put up sheets, little, and made little cubicles for people to sleep in, where the walls are sheets.
Yeah, and like you hear everything in that damn city. It's just I don't.
That's why,
not my style.
As
dude.
you know, and this has been part of my platform, along with getting rid of golf carts, is cancel rent for everyone.
Can we do
In
that?
New York especially.
Can we cancel to the rich white boys? I want to take care of them. That are going to be taking. I want to take care of those guys.
I didn't
Is that
mean- I didn't
possible?
mean to go
No,
full bore
I
on
will.
That actually has kind of happened.
I
I'm not
mean,
going to lie to you.
Take care of them
They'll pay for your rent now for 18 months in the state.
in this state.
Yeah. 18 months.
Is that good?
Well, I'm not going to lie. It saves you from having to evict people. I think though people can certainly become dependent on that. But
just don't understand.
it's going to end.
I read the paper, or read stuff online, I should say, and it seems like they're creating jobs galore. That there shouldn't be a need for that at this point.
Gas went down. What did I say in the notes? A penny? Did it go down a penny today, Nate?
Well, gas is down like 15, something like that, 15%. Hopefully, look, I root that inflation goes down. I really do. I'd rather see low inflation than a windfall for the election at the midterms. That's the truth. I'd like to see us get there, and I know with the Inflation Reduction Act, we're speeding in that direction.
Sharon's like 4 or 5K rent is on a shite hole closet. Something decent is double that in New York City. Girl, you might be right on that. I'm talking about a shite hole though. 4 or 5 grand a month. You could buy if that's your rent, you have a monster house in St. Louis. If you're spending 5 grand a month, and your interest rate's okay, that's a monster house.
You think that's the case now, though? And I only say that because if so many people are leaving New York and so many people are working from home, I would think that New York is actually one of the markets where rent could go down. And I'm only saying that because they're losing a lot of business, they're losing a lot of citizens, and a lot of people are moving away from cities.
Guys, I've lived in Manhattan for 25 years. If we're talking 2-bedroom and it's nice, the asking price is 8 to 10K easily.
Oh my goodness!
Jimmy, that's 8 to 10 grand a month.
I like when you go,
Two-bedroom?
Jimmy.
2-bedroom? Like what? You don't even have a car. Like everything costs money. Everything you do, you walk down the
Yeah,
street,
but they got
costs
good
money.
delis.
They got good food. Oh my God.
The cities where rent has really skyrocketed are it's like Nashville,
Yeah, dude.
Austin,
Charlotte, North Carolina,
San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Isn't Austin really wealthy?
Austin's
generally
nice.
speaking?
Now it is.
Well, Elon is gonna. He really kind of changed. It was already a great city, and
Joe Rogan,
people like living there.
Ryan
but
Kelly.
yeah, but Elon, I think, building whatever he's building there for whatever business it is. But all of a sudden, you're bringing in all those executives. They're all building new houses.
Yeah. Lake Austin's beautiful. They said the weather there is different. It's not as hot. It gets a little bit chilly because they're in like a little bit of a mountain range. They're kind of like they're in a valley, so the weather's always nice. There's a lot of good things in Austin. Texas.
No snow, right?
Sometimes you could put a fire on in the wintertime. Like it gets down to 40, 30. So it's nice, man. That's all you want. That's what you want. Dang.
They had a pretty rough winter here locally.
Did they?
Recently, though.
Let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you guys something. It's Friday and it's National Doggy Day, but who cares about that? Winning season has officially returned, and with the NFL preseason live, there are plenty of opportunities to win at MyBookie. Whether you're a seasoned bettor or a first-timer, MyBookie gets you the most for your money with a double deposit bonus. That's up to $1,000. To claim your bonus, sign up for using the promo code BET590 on your first deposit and instantly double your money with MyBookie. It's simple. $250 bone deposit instantly doubles into $500 right into your account. Immediately use your funds to bet on any individual games you want, contests, props, anything. It's there for you at MyBookie. Bet on team win totals, predict a Super Bowl winner, or use MyBookie prop builder to give yourself the edge you need to secure the bag. Tonight, the Cardinals are slight underdogs at home against the Atlanta Braves, two of the hottest teams in all of Major League Baseball, plus the final NFL preseason games, and college football starts this weekend. Yay! Bet on anything, anytime, anywhere at MyBookie. Sign up now using promo code BET590. Charlie, what you got?
We got the Post Sports Bar and Grill, the official cheesesteak of Hot Take Central. Stay posted, my friends. They bring you Matt Holliday Mondays and Seth's Trivia Tuesdays. I go to the Maplewood location. Last time I went there, I had the Buffalo Chicken Cheesesteak. It was fantastic. And then, okay, so this weekend here, Cardinals and Braves. I mean, you don't even need a giveaway for that series because it's going to be a great series. Two playoff teams. I can't wait to watch it. But if you go, you also get all these fantastic giveaways like tonight, the Yachty and Wayno hat, all right? 25,000 fans, ages 16 and up. The exclusive STL cap, you will get that with Yachty and Wayno. All right, thanks to Busy Bank. Tomorrow, the Matt Holliday T-shirt and NFT brought to you by Edward and Jones.
I don't want the NFT.
Yeah, it's a nice shirt. Brought to you by Edward Jones. Of course, our guy Matt Holliday with the Cardinals Hall of Fame this weekend. And then for the finale on Sunday, the Mystery Hall of Fame Car Parade bobblehead. 25,000 fans. For all these, ages 16 and up, you either get Willie McGee or you get Jimmy Ballgame.
Nice. Now, what are the chances, percentage-wise, that Matt Holliday, in his speech after getting officially into the Cardinal Hall of Fame, will thank Hot Take Central?
Well, he should.
Should.
He should.
Should he?
We told him that you were going to be there, Jimmy.
What are we going to get, like 5? I texted him. I said, I've never been to one of those things sitting there, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen it on the video feed because I've been doing other stuff because usually I'm working. This isn't our game, so I'll be there. And I want to sit where I can make faces at him and hopefully make him laugh.
Yeah, I want to see him laugh. I want to see him
Like
laugh.
fake like I'm throwing up when he like gets emotional.
Roll your eyes at him.
I want to see him cry.
Ooh. Laugh cry.
No, I want to see him cry.
Okay.
We've heard him laugh.
I told
That's right.
we've seen him cry.
I know,
too.
but that was only after the big homer.
I told Danny, I said, because Danny's doing the introductions, I said, just don't tell him. Just go rogue and then call me up and let me just do a short intro. And he said, what would you say? I'd be like, all right, it's time to give the red jacket. You know, the guy doing his final at bat. Matt Holliday.
Help me.
The crowd would laugh at that.
Hell yeah. Sharon chimes back and goes, all about the zip code. Currently building a home in Clayton. 4 or 5K a month won't buy you a new home. It's way more than that. Well, yeah, in Clayton. You can build a house in Clayton right now? Ooh.
Humble brag.
I mean, I'm just
You
letting
should
you
be
know,
able
girl.
to get a decent house in Clayton for $5K a month.
Yeah. 5K a month? Absolutely. We'll see. Do you guys see Edwin Diaz's walkout song with the trumpets? Oh, yeah.